Good morning, beloveds. You know, William Shakespeare said that consistency is a jewel. I'll tell you, if there's anything to be consistent about, it's to come back to the reality, right? Instead of this dream delusion that we come back. Good morning, Roman. Welcome, brother. I just said that William Shakespeare said that consistency is a jewel. So when every time we come into a group like this or just on your own and you kind of take charge of your awareness and your consciousness and come back to the truth as you understand the truth to be is absolutely vital. It's absolutely vital in these times. But it's anyway, it's how it's been since the beginning of time, and it will always be that there is a heavy, heavy, heavy duality dream delusion upon us, and uh, and that we are well equipped, all of us, to counter the attack of that delusion, illusion, the temptations, getting mad, getting angry, blaming, shaming, and all that. That we are more than well equipped. We are already that beautiful light that we're seeking to experience more. We are that unconditional love. Yeah, that is a part of us as real, more real than real. And Yogananda had a beautiful poem, and I made a little song. I think I'll read it to you because we've been having streams lately that are all about that. There is no separation. That we are that. Tat Famasi, we are that. And that is the reality, that is the joy factor, that is everything that I'm saying. All the beauty that, in fact, the source itself is us. And so, source are us. Source are us. Yes, source are us. And that has just been on my heart ever since. Every time we go there, we're going to go there again today because it just blows my mind to think that we are so equipped, that we are all powerful as we are. No, it doesn't matter what your story is, what's happened in your life, right? I still love this little idea that the key to happiness is letting go of what was. So, how you woke up this morning, let it go because it's past. Enjoying what is and be here now, right here, right now, and then having faith in what will be. Isn't that a beautiful little three-liner called the Your Key to Happiness is letting go of what was, forgetting what just happened, let it go. I mean, what would sports players do if they just hung on to that, fumble that they just had or whatever? They messed up. No, even sports players are trained to let go of what just happened and come back to the present moment, right? So we as awakening beings have the same potential, if not more, because we're not about anything external. We're about the internal. We're about what is what is moving us, breathing us, giving us life, giving us another opportunity to be grateful for life today and all those things. So it's very, very special, my dears. Every time you come on, it's basically what I'm saying. And that consistency is a jewel. And every time we just remember that it just helps the world. The greatest service we can render to this planet is our own awareness awakening, is our own mastery, is our own, keeping the consciousness where you really want it to be. And that is on the ever new, right here now, ever new, ever existing, ever new joy. So, all right. So let's see what we got here because I've got a lot of good things to share with you. And I just got to figure out what we're going to start with for starters. All right. So this is something to go along with what I've been sharing. This is addressed to each of you. You're beginning to understand, aren't you? You're beginning to understand, aren't you? Of all thy getting, it says in the Bible, get understanding. Of all thy getting, get understanding. So you're beginning to understand, aren't you? That this whole world is inside you. That this whole world is inside you. That means that it's not out there. What's happening out there, if you're worried about it, go into your inner world and stop that worry, right? Let go of what was and enjoy what is and have faith in what will be. It's all up to you, my dears. The whole world is inside you, in your perspectives and in your heart. That to be able to find peace, you must be at peace with yourself first. So again, nothing new here. If you want peace in the world, have it within. If you want love in the world, have it within. It all begins with you. Peace begins with you and me. So we must be at peace with ourselves first. And to truly enjoy life, we must enjoy who we are. And I don't know about you, but when we let ourselves down, if you know what that feeling feels like, when you let yourself down, meaning that you had an intention and you didn't follow up on that, it could be something little. It can be something really little that you made up your mind that you're going to do something and you don't do it. There's a drop in your energy. There's a drop in your heart. There's a drop in this beautiful, untouchable divine nature of yours. So we want to make sure that the littlest things that we decide that we're going to do that are good for us and good for the world, it's good for us, it's good for the world because we are the world. All right. That we make sure that our world is exactly the way you would want to see the world. Just snap your fingers and the world changes. No more war, no more craziness, just everybody getting along, everyone kind of namasteing to each other, everyone caring for each other, people helping people and things like that. We can do that if we do it with ourselves first. Isn't that great? So we want to enjoy life and we must enjoy who we are. We want to enjoy life. And once you learn how to master this, once you know how to take care of yourself, my dears, in this tumultuous, I can't even say it, tumultuous world, as soon as you can take care, if you can do the unthinkable, so to speak, like most people will think, I can't change the way I'm thinking. I can't change the way I'm feeling. This is me, right? This is how I am. But if we can change everything so our inner world is exactly the way we want it to be, exactly, that we have it on the inside first, oh my gosh, you will have won this lifetime. You will have come here for the purpose that you came here for, my dears, and that is to know thyself and to thyself, to be true to yourself, and you won't be false to anybody, right? So learn how to master this, and you will be protected from everything that makes you feel like you cannot go on. So as we can master the world within us, we could say, wow, the world within me. And you don't have to boast about it. You don't have to tell people. They won't understand because to them, for most people, many people, maybe it's less people now because people are waking up. But it's easy to say that, no, the world is a mess. You can't go and talk to me that way, that everything is perfect. So you might want to not even go there for just let this interiorization of your awareness Stay between you and the ultimate, you and the divine for a while, and you'll know which people to share it with because they will resonate in a way with you that fits the energy that you have and fits, and you'll understand them and they will understand you. So finally, this says, learn how to master this, and you'll be protected from everything that makes you feel like you cannot go on. In other words, that when you don't follow up on your good intentions, my dear, the rest will fall down like an avalanche. So you got a little thing you want to do today, right? And you don't do it. Well, guess what? There's other things that are important that are up there on the high, priority list for you to make your world a better place today. That all the rest of those good intentions will fall like a avalanche if you not follow up on even one little one. So be true to yourself, my dears. I guess that's what we're saying because yourself is God Himself, herself, itself. So learn how to master what we're talking about right now, taking care of the world within you, and you'll be protected from everything that makes you feel like you cannot go on. That with with this gift of recognizing yourself, even when you are alone, you will never be lonely. You will never be lonely talking to yourself in a way that you kind of bow to yourself, you know? It's like you're sacred. So I was going to say that those words from Yogananda, and I'll sing the song. I made a song from it because usually the quotes of his or beautiful quotes I will make into a little song because I don't ever want to forget them. So this goes like this: when I smile, you smile through me. When I cry, in me thou weeps. When I walk, thou art walking me. And when I wake, you greetest me. When I smile, you smile through me. When I cry, in me thou dost weep. And when I walk, thou walkest me. And when I stumble, thou art sure. Can you imagine? When you smile, God smiles through you. That when you walk, God is walking you. That when you pick up a little something, a little trash, and carry it to the next trash basket or whatever, guess what? Or you don't. That little thing of picking up something, no one needs to know. You don't need to share it. Just do it for love. Do it for love, my dear. And those things, are happening because God is you and you are spirit. There is no separation at all. I keep I keep getting these streams that I did years ago come up to my computer. It just came up as I scrolled to get to the next reading for you guys. And they're old videos. So I just press and I just repost them. That's the same old me just years ago, saying the same things, you know. Did you ever read anything from Ayn Rand? Have you heard of Ayn Rand? Yeah, she wrote some real humdinger books in the past. Ayn Rand, Aynrand. She wrote some exquisite books, and they are kind of prophecy books, and they're coming true now. And one thing that she said, because I have a quote of hers right now, and this is why it's so important that our world becomes the world we want to see. We want to be the world we want to see. All right. She said, we are fast approaching the stage of the ultimate inversion. Inversion. The stage where the government is free to do anything it pleases, while the citizens may act only by permission. Yeah, read her books and you'll know what we're talking about. She was all about that. The people who have it together are always criticized. They're actually sometimes even crucified. They're also, excommunicated because the thing that dark side wants to keep us in is in this darkness, in this not knowing who we are, is in keeping us from the power, the soul power that we possess, because it means the end of the darkness if we possess and bring that light. Where what did Yogananda said? He said, turn on the light and the darkness will disappear as though it never been. Turn on the light and the darkness will vanish as though it had never been. So she goes on to say, where the government is free to do anything it pleases while the citizens may act only by permission, which is the stage of the darkest periods of human history. That stage right there. That we are just what we're told and what the government imposes on us. That's it. We don't have free will. We don't have anything. That's one of the darkest periods of human history, the stage of rule by brute force. The stage of rule by brute force. So we know that there's some stuff like that going on, and I don't usually quote stuff like that, but I do want to just have it be a comparison for what we are all about, right? That the moment that we bring the light in, that darkness vanishes as though it had never been, because it's not your world. And you know that if it's not in your cards, if it's not in your karma, so to speak, harm can't touch you. If you are in your sweet spot, if you are in that part of you where you follow up on your least little intentions, right? Where you are true to you, my dears, where you feel good about how you behave. You feel good about the way that you're growing in awareness, growing in compassion, growing in feeling some peace, growing in loving someone that was unlovable, it seems, and you're finding that love is universal, and that you just let it love into them. You don't have to take anything personally anymore, right? So let's just feel that our opportunities here this morning and today, as they were yesterday, and God bless us, hopefully tomorrow, that we have this opportunity to be aware of ourselves, that we live on the inside where the divine is just camped, where the divine is camped. They're camped there. The Holy Spirit, the divine beloved is camped in your heart, man. So go there and just sit and smoke the peace pipe with the divine, right? And just feel what it's like to get a little glimpse of who you really, really are, because there's no separation between you and the truth of what I'm talking about right now. In fact, if we don't give it some attention, we're caught. We're stuck. We're going to feel like we're being brutally forced to do life, right? Otherwise, this way, we know that we are the ones that are in charge of our lives. So here's our reading for today. If we still have time for it, my dears. Actually, yeah, we got so many good readings because everything is popping up on here. There's so many great, great souls coming out of the woodwork, coming out of the closet. Have you noticed? Notice it in yourself first and see how you start to notice it in other people, how they're starting to shift, how they're different, and they're turning within more, and they want to be around people who are, they're done with the darkness around them, and they want to hang around with those that bring the light. So we have that camaraderie, we have that soul friendship, so to speak. So this is called the great illusion. The great illusion. So nothing new there, right? But this is what we're talking about lately, and this is what got me so interiorized. just thinking along these lines. Not that I've conquered anything or not that I've have experienced anything. I just feel the feeling or the energy of what is being said. So the great illusion is not that God is far away. This starts as, but that there is a you for starters and a God to begin with. All right. So there's you and God, but there's no separation between you. We spend our lives looking for God as if it were a destination or a distant monarch, when in reality, the source of all existence is the very screen upon which the movie of our life is projected. I'll read that again. When in reality, the source of all existence is the very screen upon which your movie today, your story today, my dears, is projected. So the reality of all existence, that's why we are the world. And if we change, the world changes. It is the very screen upon which the movie, we're in a movie, we're the actors on the stage of life, upon which our life is projected. And you know, since you are totally an interiorized possibility, meaning that your full glory, your full awareness, your full awakening, your full happiness, your full compassion is already ready to go within you. It's here for the taking, my dear. You don't need a temple. You don't need a creed or a middleman or a middlewoman to find what has never, ever left you. You just need the reminders, right? For the most part, just the reminders, or a tribe, like a little tribe like this one, where we all resonate and we're here for one purpose, to share the light and the love as we sit here. Yeah, listening is okay too. If there's something that brings you into the light more within you, this is perfect, right? So you don't need anything. You don't need a middleman. Religion often offers us a map, but meditation gives us the territory, gives us the permission. Religion offers a map, but meditation gives us the way, the life, and the truth. And when you sit in the silence of your own being, you are not praying to something. You are dissolving the egoic static. When we sit in silence, my dears, of our own being, when we just start to muse, when you just start to contemplate, wow, really? I have everything I need right now inside me. What do I need? All I need to do is ask, and I shall receive. All I need to do is knock, and the door will open. Is inside me. So when we sit in the silence of our own being, we are not praying to something. Remember, it's not to anything. We're not praying to anything. We are dissolving the egoic static that prevents us from hearing the frequency of the infinite. Wow. We are dissolving. We're letting go at first part of the key to happiness, letting go of what was. And what was the ego has been in charge. It's like the Ayn Rand quote that I read you. It's brutal. It's forcing us. The ego is that dictator, my dears, as you all know, to some degree or another. So we're dissolving, though, every time you sit and be with your being or be in the silence, so that you can dissolve some of that egoic static that prevents you from hearing the frequency of the infinite, hearing the frequency of the infinite. What sound is that? The frequency of the infinite. I would just put out one possibility, and that's the Om vibration, like the sound of many waters. The Om, music of the spheres. The word, the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Om could be what you hear as a frequency of the infinite. But the mystics call it experiential knowledge. Experiential knowledge, or truth, or an aha that resonates with your true frequency, my dears. And the mystics call it experiential knowledge, or gnosis. Gnosis, gnosis. You might have heard that word. So just feel into an experiential knowledge, awareness. You might be feeling something right now. See if you can notice it. And if you don't seem to notice it, create it. You're creator. This is your place of creation. This is your gift of having the same creativity as the creator of this manifested world. So you have the same power. So what's the difference between reading a poem about honey and finally feeling its sweetness on your tongue? So experiential knowledge is like, you could say, reading a really good poem, but your experience of that knowledge is when you taste the sweetness on your tongue. The sweetness of the reality, the sweetness of sweetness itself. That which brings your whole system into alignment with the source of all life. You know what my Master Eckhart said? Meister Eckhart. He radically put it. The eye through which I see God is the same eye through which God sees me. The eye through which I see God. Now, this can be maybe not your physical eye, but your intuitive eye. Could be the spiritual eye. It could be the intuition in your heart space where you experience, where you have that gnosis, that experience, or you taste the reality. You taste the peace. You actually digest it. So the eye through which I see God is the same eye through which God sees me. So you have that inner vision of seeing God. Now we could say, seeing this moment of peace, seeing this beautiful behavior of yours as you do something that just no one needs to know, but it just feels right to do. Where you can have that knowing that you're eyes are seeing the same eyes that God is seeing you with, you start to realize, OMG, could I be one with? Could I be that divine loving presence? I call it the loving presence. Let's sail away on our love boat of divine loving presence. Let's sail away on the love boat of the loving presence. When the illusion of separation collapses, my dear, so in some ways, this morning we're collapsing the illusion just by sharing this, just by feeling this, by acknowledging this, whatever it is that you feel in resonance with. When the illusion of separation collapses, your daily life undergoes a quiet revolution. So when you can say, oh God, this is you. As Saint Catherine of Siena said, my me is God, nor do I recognize any other me but God himself. Yeah, when we can kind of start to play in that state of consciousness, my dears, there's a quiet revolution that begins. You are no longer a frantic wave trying to survive the ocean. You are the ocean. You are the ocean. You are what's happening on the planet. But luckily for the planet and you, that who you are can't be killed. It can't be hurt. It can't lower or take away your connection to the truth. Nothing but the truth. Wow. So you are no longer a frantic wave trying to survive the ocean. You realize you are the ocean, momentarily taking the shape of a wave. I just have a little more to share with you. In the body, your tension melts because there is no longer a self to defend. Wow. Talk about, when you get tensed up, it's because you've forsaken the real reality of yourself and get caught again in this dictatorship of the ego taking charge. Your tension melts because there's no longer a self to defend. But what power does the ego have when you're aligned with the divine? When you know that you are spirit itself? That's not ego. That's the truth. That's the joy. That's the reality. Wow. See how important it is to remember who we are, my dears? Can't practice this enough. Remembering who we are and honoring who we are, celebrating who we are and loving who we are. So the tension melts because there's no longer a self to defend. And in the mind, thoughts become like clouds passing through a vast clear sky. Imagine, my dears, your thoughts becoming like clouds passing through a vast clear sky. Just clouds. There it goes. There goes that thought. Oh, look at these. A whole bunch of clouds coming. You're getting all kinds of thoughts about that. Right? In the mind, thoughts become like clouds passing through a vast clear sky. They're present to your sight, but powerless to stain the blue of the sky. In spirit, you move with a weightless gravity. A weightless gravity. Ooh, you feel light as a feather, my dears. You just feel in touch. You just feel like this is life. This is the world. Everybody has this possibility. As soon as you feel it, soon as you enjoy it, as soon as you have faith in what's coming next, the whole world does. And you feel a weightless gravity, a powerless, yeah, a weightless gravity grounded in the world but sourced from the beyond. You feel a weightless gravity grounded in the world but sourced from the beyond. Kabir reminds us of this proximity. So here's another one that has enjoyed the reality is Kabir. He says, I laugh when I hear that the fish in the water is thirsty. I laugh when I hear that the fish in the water is thirsty. You do not see that the real is your home, and you wander from forest to forest listlessly. Wow. We do not see the real as our home, and we wander from forest to forest listlessly. So, this in closing, then, my dear, as we stabilize in this awareness, as we stabilize in something from the stream this morning, something. As we stabilize in this awareness, our everyday life becomes an act of love, helping a neighbor. Drinking tea or simply breathing becomes a direct expression of God. Wow. Walking my dogs, feeding my dogs, right? You are no longer seeking God. When all that becomes the drinking, the tea, the simple breathing becomes a direct experience of God. You are no longer seeking God. You are God experiencing a human life. There you go, Tara, Roman, Ricardo, Narayan, Lisa, and Jim, Kathleen, if you're still on, Pammy. There you go. This is what we've been on. We've been really, really focused on this stuff lately. This kind of thing. You are no longer seeking God. You are God experiencing a human life. I am God. Wow, what a great affirmation. I am God experiencing a human life. Really? Yes, really. In the words of Rumi, I looked in temples, churches, and mosques, but I found God within my heart. Right? I looked in temples, churches, and mosques, but I found God within my heart. So one more little paragraph, my dears. This realization of God consciousness. This is what we've been on. The realization of God consciousness is our consciousness. The recognition that the same light animating your breath, my breath, is animating the stranger across from you. See, this is why we are the world. This is why we're the world. This is why the greatest service you have to render to the world is this: awakening to the fact that God consciousness is within you. And by your own awakening, you awaken others. So it says it right here again, that the recognition that the same light animating your breath, the recognition, you recognize now, my dears, that that same light animating your breath is animating the stranger across from you, fundamentally reorders how we treat one another. When you look at the eyes of another and see only yourself in a different mask, wow, Tara, when you look into the eyes, God, I love this. When you look into the eyes of another and see only yourself in a different mask, gosh, Dan, try that out, Narayan. I know you have. Look into the eyes. It's hard enough to look into someone's eyes. But now it might be a little easier because your ego's not involved. So you look into the eyes and you realize, oh my God, they're my eyes. We see ourselves in a different mask. The capacity for cruelty vanishes and is replaced by radical, empowered compassion. This is happening in our world right now, my dears, because your consciousness is on it. Please, please recognize, acknowledge that the littlest thing that brings light to you is bringing light to the world. The littlest thing. You be kind to someone, kindness has come into the global stage. Every little detail counts, my dears. Every little thing is sacred. So the capacity for cruelty vanishes and is replaced by radical, empowered compassion. To see everyone as one is to understand that any hand you hold is your own hand. Any hand you hold is your own hand. What? Dang. To see everyone as one is to understand that any hand you hold is your own hand, and any wound you heal is your own healing. But that means that everyone's healing, right? And any wound you heal heals the wounds of others, my dears. This unity is a lived power. This unity that you are all. You are everyone of all the different colors of skin. You are everyone from all the nations. You are even the little critters. We've evolved from all that. Is a radical, empowered compassion. To see everyone as one is to understand that any hand you hold is your own, and any wound you heal is healing others as well as you. This unity is a lived power that enables us to move through the world with an open heart, treating every soul with the reverence that we would accord to God Himself. This unity is a lived power that enables us to move through the world with an open heart, treating every soul with the reverence we would accord to God. So, my dears, maybe a big breath, just feel this God presence. Just imagine this God presence that you are. Just see if you can just kind of merge with it and find your sacred cave, your happy place in it. That you don't have to be thinking or thought about yourself right now in place of what we're talking about right now. Just remember that if you're having hard time controlling your thoughts, or when you start to get negative or something, just say what they say in yoga, neti neti, not this, not that. It's not you, or give God that. God's doing that. Those are God thoughts. Those are God thoughts. Anyway, you come up with your own practices, but let's rub our hands together and get this vibration going of the Om, so that we can just have the door of our heart open, and may God's will be done. Inhale the breath. Oh, the Om that is felt in every heart on the planet. Let's do one more, because we are the souls on this planet. Inhale the breath. Let's go once more. Oh. Thank you, my dears. Thank you for participating. Thank you for bringing your light to merge with the lights of each of us and to merge the light of others, though they might not be in the light, but it's still the light of the world. So let's just do our little other mantra. We love. This is what kicks everything into gear. This is what kicks everything off. This is the greatest motivator. This is the greatest healer. This is the greatest peace of mind. This love. We love, and this compassion, we care. Another word is compassion. We care. And then this is the fun part because you don't have to do anything. You just allow it, like just clouds going by and you witness them. So the love, we shine. The love pouring into you, dear, you just let it shine. You don't have to acknowledge anything that's wrong with you anymore, right? You don't have to get caught up in an analysis, paralysis of thinking of anything. Remember, God is you and you are one with that spirit. So we shine, we shine, we shine, we ever shine. Thank you, my dears. Thank you so much for a glorious morning, Roman. Back in the seat, the seat of soul realization, brother. Not that you ever left it, but it's nice to have you here again. So, much love to you all, and enjoy your day. I think we all get a little extra head start on enjoying this day. Ricardo, good to see you again, man. Now you're doing all right. You're thriving. Yeah, you're thriving. Nice. Good job, brother. Good job. Keep it up. We get you and we love you. Aho. Namaste, brothers and sisters. Amen. We're in. I used to say that. Amen. We're in. All right. Adios.